Hey fam, it's Varun. Welcome to your flow practice. Today we're going to find creative transitions. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to find familiar yoga poses and find unfamiliar ways to get in and out of them. It's not about the pose, it's not about the alignment, it's not about getting things right. It's about having fun and building that creativity as we move into these spaces. So, if that sounds like your jam for today, if that's what you are going for, let's get to it. Let's play and let's see what shows up. So, first things first, today let's start standing up. So, normally we start every class sitting down, but let's do that standing up. So, get your feet somewhere that feels nice. And close your eyes, take a moment to touch base, take a moment to recenter, and just shift the weight left, shift the weight right. Notice the toes coming into the equation, the knife edges of the feet, the heels. Any spaces that start to wake up, start to touch into. You can go slow, you can go fast, you can be like a tree swaying with the wind. You can take your hands under your belly, like something we do in Qigong. But today we're doing it slightly different in our yoga practice. So moving your toes around, moving the heels around. I mean, you're moving around within them, you're not actually moving them around. And make note of how this moment feels. Maybe shifting the weight front and back. Maybe shifting the weight side to side. Find a deep breath. Feel like there's a string pulling you up from the top of your head, and your head is kind of dangling, but everything else is nice and loose. But you do have a connection with the ground. So groovy, when that feels nice. All right, let's get to the next step. So I'm going to come onto my right foot. I'm going to stamp my right foot into the ground. My left toes are going to point forward, so the toes are pointed straight. I'm going to tap my toes to the front, to the side, back, and then maybe somewhere off to the right, and then bring it back, and then switch the feet to the left. Right toes go forward, to the right, to the back, and then over to the left, and switch again. So notice how that feels every time you get to it. You're tapping, and I'm bending my right foot, so as you can see, my right foot, the right knee is bending as the leg goes out. And it doesn't really have to be something specific. What I mean is, you don't always have to be forward. You can go kind of off kilter, off balance, go into spaces that you would not normally explore. Maybe take it as close to the ground as possible. Use the hands if you need. Like you can see I'm falling because it's early in my practice. This is my first actual yoga movements for the day, so I'm giving my body time to work in. So maybe take your left hand down as you work your right foot further out, taking that space, trusting your right knee. Sorry, I meant left foot while your right knee bends. You understood what I'm talking about. You guys are professionals. You guys have been grooving with me on these exercises, these flows. You know where we're going. So notice the left knee off balance, the right foot is reaching, left hand is floating up, and come back. Nice. Shake it out. Shake out the shoulders, shake the hands, open up space. Okay, let's get on to the next movements. So come onto your hands and knees. Start waking the hands up. Fingers can go forward, sideways, backwards. Be as open, as experimental, as intuitive as you feel comfortable. Move around. You can add cat-cows if you like, or just find a way to get the hands used to being on the ground. Turn the fingers forward, turn the fingers in, because today we're going to be absolutely off balance onto the hands. Your hands might show up in different places, so notice what it feels like to have the ground come to you in a different place. Like I'm taking my hands left, I'm taking my hands right. I do not have any specific place that it has to end up. I'm being very intuitive in this warm-up. Getting acclimatized, getting that sensation of pressing into the ground and walking into that space. So take your time, no rush to get anywhere, no rush to do anything specific, no rush to play into areas that don't come naturally. You can bend the elbows, roll your spine, be a little more animalistic or be snake-like. Whatever you need for the next 5 breaths. If you're taking slow breaths, this could be nice. Otherwise, if you're prepping yourself up to flow because you know this one's going to be interesting, yeah, go for it. So once that feels nice, find yourself on your hands and knees. Take your left leg behind the right leg. Touch it into the ground and start to work into that space. This is something I've been playing with in the last few classes, and it really helps me open up my hips. Just let the leg slide out anywhere. Bring it back. You're sliding. Maybe you have a flow, like a wooden flow like me, or maybe you have something else, whatever shows up today in your practice. Switch sides. Let the right leg go over the left, and you're sliding the hip, making that finding territory, opening that space, because we are going to take the left leg onto the right, and then the right leg onto the left as we move, and then come back. Find your downward facing dog. Maybe your hands are nice and alive. Maybe your toes are nice and alive. Maybe you're finding a bounce, pressing the shoulders away. Like I always say, don't worry about alignment. Move for sensation. Move into places that feel interesting. Places that are talking to you. Places that call out to you today. Alright, once you're grounded, inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky. Right foot to the outside of your right hand. And right away, I said right so many times, lift your left foot up and take it behind your right foot. And work into that space. So let the left leg scooch as far out as it can, or scooch it in. And try to lift the left hip up. You can press it down. Your left hand can be pressing. Maybe your right hand lifts. So as you can see, I'm just testing the space. I'll show you at an angle. You don't have to move, but I'll just move to show you what I'm doing. My left leg is going out. Right leg is in. And I'm working into this space. So I'm working into my hip. I'm working into my side body. I'm twisting. Both your hands could be down, but if you want to test your strength, work into your left hand. See how that feels as you twist and move. My left heel is very active into the ground. Alright, when that feels good, take your left leg up and scooch it back, downward facing dog. Notice imbalance in the hips. We will balance it out. So inhale, lift your left foot up to the sky. Left foot to the outside of your left pinky. Take your right foot behind the left. And the same game. Just going to play, touching the right hip to the ground, scooching the right hip back. It doesn't matter where it ends up, you're just feeling that motion. Maybe the left hand lifts if you want to add a little more strength into the right hand. Otherwise, left hand is good to be on the ground. Let's test it. Work into that space. It's early in the practice, so we're looking for more space and we're letting the strength build very naturally. And then both hands find a home. Right leg lifts, steps back. Downward facing dog. And we'll just take a vinyasa to wash things out. If you have a vinyasa, take it. Otherwise, roll yourself into a plank. From a plank, take a push-up. Drop your knees, take your hips back. Take your chest forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop your knees to the ground for a second. Take your hands behind you. Have the fingertips find a home and just push your hips up. Find your breath, find an opening, find some space to breathe. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your upper back, and your upper chest. And let that go. Release for a moment, find your breath. Okay. Same movement, no changes. We're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right pinky. Gonna weave the left leg through, and then I'll show you a cool way to get into a fallen triangle. So that's the mission, that's what we gotta do. So find your down facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky. Right foot to the outside of your right pinky. Left leg scooches through. Maybe your left hand lifts. Maybe you try and drop your left shoulder to the ground. Not required, but maybe you do. And from here, press your left foot so much into the ground that your right leg can lift. You can step behind, and you open your chest as you find a fallen triangle. If you do yoga often, you must have done this a million times. So open your fallen triangle, press into your left hand, and maybe move around in your fallen triangle. You can drop the hip down. You can push your legs up, bending the knees. Maybe it's a full fallen triangle with the legs fully scooshed open. Otherwise, play with it. Roll with it. See what shows up. And then right hand finds a home. Left leg scooches back. Right leg readjust. And downward facing dog. Let's go to the other side. So inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky. Left foot to the outside of the left pinky. Right foot steps behind the left. Feel that connection. Maybe your right shoulder comes to the ground. And as you lift up, your left leg scooches over the right. Steps behind you. And then fallen triangle on your left. Play around. Move around. Adjust yourself. Maybe it's a deep fallen triangle where you're pushing your hands up. Maybe you're dropping the bum down. Maybe you're rolling the shoulders. Maybe you're bending the knees. Wherever you end up is good. Work into it, play into it. And then turn your chest forward. Left hand comes down. Right leg steps back. Left leg steps back. Take a vinyasa. Roll yourself into a plank. From a plank, a push-up. Drop your knees, take your hips back. Inhale as you roll forward, up, facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment in between as we play with the next phase. Inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky. Right foot to the outside of your right pinky. Left leg goes to the window, you know the game. Scooch it as low as you can. And then place the knife edge of the left foot down. Find yourself into, so your right leg lifts, apologies for that. And then find yourself into a fallen triangle. From your fallen triangle, press your left leg into the ground again. Take your right foot over, scooch it into your chest. Step it to the front of the mat where you found it. And the left leg goes back. Now you're in this one-handed, I don't know what to call this, but it's a nice position to be in. So try to get your chest in between your hips. Find that space. And then your hands find a home. Downward facing dog. Interesting, right? You're building, you're finding the puzzle pieces, and then adding into flow. Inhale, lift your left foot up to the sky. Left foot to the outside of the left pinky. Right foot goes underneath. Scooch it as low as you can. Get as low as you can. And then press your right foot into the ground. Left foot lifts behind. Fallen triangle, open up space. Left knee can be bent or straight, doesn't matter, because you're going to press the right foot into the ground again. Left knee is going to come up to your chest, step to the place where you first found it, and then your right leg is going to go back, and you're in that space where you're going to try and get your chest in between your hand and foot. Yeah, I think that sounds right. In between your hand and foot. So move around, find that spacious capacity, and then your left hand finds a home, down and facing down. From a dog ticka vinyasa, just to wash things out, plank to push up, drop knees, hips back, roll yourself into an upward facing dog. Exhale, sit down for a moment. Find your breath, find your capacity, roll your shoulders, move, swing, adjust. We spent a lot of time on our hands, but also in a capacity where a lot of one-arm strength. The hands are pressing one at a time into the ground, and that really cooks things up. So take some time. Take the back of your hands, press it on your thighs, maybe press it into the ground. Take this as an interval in the movie. So before we do anything bigger, before we flow, before we add any other funny, funky, playful vibes, just loosen up the hands for a moment. Because, now is the time to flow, because we started to build the movements, it's in your body, and we're going to add a warrior 2 by the end of it. So that's a little spoiler, but you must be thinking, how the hell am I going to get into warrior 2? Well, you'll see. We'll see. We'll learn together. We'll figure it out. So at the moment, find your breath, stretch into your wrists, and then let's go. Let's play. This time when we go into it, I'm going to float. So I'm going to handstand and take my right foot to the outside of my right pinky. You can try to do that, maybe do like a jump switch with the feet, or just step forward, however you want to practice. Handstand and jump switch is usually how I practice. So, you do you and see what shows up. Find a down facing dog when you're ready. Channel your energy. Inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky. Exhale, right foot to the outside of your right pinky. Immediately lift the right hand up. Take the left leg behind the right foot. Scooch it as far out as you can. And then lift your right foot over the left leg. Find your fallen triangle. Open up space. And then press the left foot into the ground. Right foot lifts, steps forward, and then your left leg goes back, and you come up, warrior 2. Easy peasy, right? Make sure your warrior is nice and long, chest is upright, hips are open. This is a wider warrior because your right leg is pretty much off the mat. My right leg is almost 90% off the mat. Left leg is pressing in. Find that capacity, find the shape. Lengthen your hands, or maybe punch out. Stay into it. Maybe get low, 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 as low as you can, and then your hands find a home on the ground. Downward facing dog. That's what I meant by creativity, new ways to move. So inhale, lift your left foot up to the sky. Exhale, left foot to the outside of your left pinky. Maybe your right foot immediately scooches all the way right. Get your shoulder to the ground and then lift your left leg off the ground. Take it behind you. Wild thing. Sorry, that's not, it is kind of like a wild thing, but it's kind of like a fallen triangle, wild thing-ish position. And then lift your left leg up into your chest. Step it forward. Right leg goes back. And use your core to lift you up. Warrior 2. Hands can be pointed, flexed, pressed, whatever you want. Hands can even be by your chest. Just make sure your chest is upright. You have that length and capacity. Legs go long, pressing into the knife edge of your back foot. Hands go out. I personally like to press away. I feel like I'm pressing to walls. And as I press, I go down, 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 opening my hip. And then the hands find a home. Push back, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa, inhale, rolling yourself into a plank. Plank to push up. Drop knees, take your hips back, and roll yourself up into an upward facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog. Let's get to it one more time. You got this. Inhale, lift your right foot up to the sky. Right foot to the outside of your right pinky, and immediately left leg goes through. Drop your left shoulder down, maybe. Lift yourself up. Right knee lifts up to chest, goes behind. Open your chest. Fallen triangle or wild thing. And then lift the right knee back up. Take it to the place you found it. Left leg goes back. And find your warrior two. This time press into the warrior. Press, get as low as you can. Hands find a home. Downward facing dog. You got this. Last side, last round. Inhale, lift your left foot up to the sky. Left foot to the outside of your left pinky. Right leg scooches through. Going out. Oh, I lost my balance there. And then lift your left knee into your chest. Take it out. Open yourself, fallen triangle. And then left knee to chest. Have it come forward. Right foot goes back. And find a warrior two. Press into your warrior. Press. Find length. Find opening. Get as low as you can. And downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa. Roll yourself into a plank as you inhale. Exhale, push up. Drop your knees. Hips go back. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Down facing dog. You know what? Bonus round. Let's make a quick one. Let's go for it. Don't think about it. I know you're fatigued, but let's go. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Right foot to the outside. Oh, right pinky. Left leg scooches out. Right knee lifts to chest. Opens. Fallen triangle. You got this. And then right knee back to chest. Lifts forward. Left foot goes back. Warrior two, lift up. Find your warrior as you sink down, and immediately open up to a half moon. Surprise. Find your half moon. Don't think about it. Open up your space. Find length. Bend the right knee. Slowly turn forward. Find your downward facing dog. All right. Last round, last side. You got this. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Left foot to the outside of left pinky. Right leg through the window. Scooch it in. Drop the right shoulder. And then left foot lifts. Goes behind, opening up. Fallen triangle. And then left knee to your chest. Stepping forward. Right foot goes back. Finding your warrior two. Opening up length, opening up space, and don't think, lean forward. Find your half moon. Find your balance, opening up your chest. Let the hands go somewhere new. And slowly turn forward. Wow, I'm wiggling. Hands find a home. Downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa to roll it out. Inhale as you go forward. Exhale, push up. Drop knees, hips go back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I promise the work's over. We're just going to take a back bend, a wheel, or a bridge. Jump into it, step into it. Your bum finds a home. Whoa, almost lost that. Your spine finds a home onto the ground. Take it as you find yourself getting in. Oh, that one was wild. The creativity must be flowing out of us today. Take a moment on the ground. Find a sense of ease. Find a sense of grounding. Find a sense of chill before we move on to our wheels or a bridge. So I've been doing this cross-diagonal bridge recently. I'll show it to you right now. Catch your feet, bring your feet in, push your knees forward, push your hips up. Take your left hand, catch your right ankle, and roll over the left shoulder as the right hand reaches overhead. Very nice way to get into a bridge. A very creative way to move. Make sure your hips are pressing up, knees are pressing forward. You have an opening, you have space. And then let that go. Right hand catches left heel or ankle. Rolling over the right shoulder, left hand goes overhead. Finding your length, finding your space. Take a breath. Let that go. I'm going to do this one more time in case you want to join me. Otherwise, you can rest for a moment. Left hand catches right ankle. Right hand reaches over. I always notice I have a bit more space second time around. I can read somewhere new. I can find a spacious capacity in my being. And then switch. Right hand catches left ankle. Rolling over right shoulder, left hand reaches out, finding your breath, finding space. And then lay down. Whew. Take a moment. Take a moment. I know that bonus round caught you a bit off guard, and trust is suddenly an issue. However, that was a good one. We're in this to win it. I know you guys are crushing it. I know you guys are doing a wonderful job. Take it. If you have a wheel, go for it. Otherwise, you can go for another bridge. You can press your elbows into the ground, push your knees forward. If you have space for a bridge, if you have space for a wheel, take a wheel. Maybe in the wheel, you try to press your left hand into the ground, catch your left foot with your right hand, maybe tap it, and try the other hand. Right hand presses down, left leg tries to tap right foot or left foot. Do that a few times if you can. You might surprise yourself. Maybe you have some new capacity today. Creative movements is no joke. But to be creative, we have to be able to find trust in our being. Let that go. That one was that one was wild. Lay down, do nothing. Drop your knees in the center. Hands on your chest. Find a breath. Notice your heartbeat. Notice the sensations flowing through your body right now. Notice everything that is cooking up, everything that's alive, everything that's you in this moment. Let your left leg go long. Take your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it in. And really simple, right knee over to left side. Our entire practice has been so complicated, so it feels nice to take something so simple. That's a nice supine twist. We're letting go of the practice, letting go of the efforts, letting go of the madness and the creativity, and letting it soak into our being. There's so much space that starts to work into the body when we don't focus on it. When we allow ourselves to just move and play, the body kind of feels more at ease and more attuned to explore. Bring your right knee to your chest, switch the legs, right leg goes long, left knee comes in, and then scooch it over to the right side. Left hand opens out and just finding length and breath. Even the wheels and the bridges are poses we've taken so many times. However, we forget to be creative in those spaces. So today was an opportunity to rekindle that in our practice and our being. Go back to Sana. Just a chill plow pose to close the practice. Legs overhead when you feel ready. Take it now. I'm just readjusting the mic, so if you need to go, please go. Legs overhead. Make it soft. Make it easy. Make it yours. Knees can be bent to straight. I usually like to catch my hamstrings or my ankles and kind of weigh myself down. Maybe the toes today. Where do you show up in your practice? Where do you show up in your being? How does it feel to have the creativity move through you? And when that feels good and you feel like you've had a nice stretch in your lower and back, lay down, open the legs, open the hands, maybe take up more space today. Let the legs go wide, let the hands go wide. Take this creative circle around you. Find this length and spacious capacity as you peel yourself to the corners of your room or wherever you are. Take all the time you need. Today's practice was very physical. It played with our mind as much as it played with our body. When learning something creative, the mind is involved, and sometimes the mind's just like, what the hell? So, notice how you feel. Notice the spaces you visited. Stay in your savasana as long as you need to soak it in, to just be you and smile at whatever shows up. And whenever you're ready, come out of it and get on with whatever you need to do. So thank you for practicing. Thanks for sharing the space, and I wish you a beautiful day. Peace.